Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. I've been covering Avatar pretty closely, and it looks like Avatar 2: Way of Water is going to do an incredible amount of business. It's bigger than any of us thought. Maybe not bigger than James Cameron thought, because he kind of knows his movies. He knows what he's got in terms of a product. He's able to compare it to other people. Very bad to bet against James Cameron. I'm glad I didn't put up any money against it, but absolutely, I was wrong about James Cameron. You just can't go up against him. He doesn't make movies. He makes events. When you've got the biggest Marvel movie ever made, he's going to make something a little bigger than that. That's the James Cameron way. Now, who knows? Does the movie wind up doing $2 billion theatrically and breaking even theatrically that way? Does it make $3 billion theatrically? James Cameron also recently came out and said, oh yeah, when I said that it needed $2 billion to break even theatrically, I really meant $1.5 billion. So I guess he was being cute with the numbers and he wanted to outperform in some way. I assume it wasn't a mistake. It was probably something calculated, because he's doing things that no one else is doing, and he's doing it his own way. The movie is an absurd 3 hours and 12 minutes long, yet people want to go there and they want to watch it. There's nothing wrong with that. He's an artist. He's making his product. People criticize the storyline, can't criticize the visuals. It's incredible that he's able to do what he does, and that he's got backers and financiers that'll say, sure, you're James Cameron, we'll just do whatever you want. The people who say, like, well, you know, that $2 billion number, it was nonsense, and where did it cut? It's like, he put it out there. He's the one. James Cameron's the one that said Avatar 2 needs to gross $2 billion to break even. This was everywhere because he said it, not because someone picked it off of my YouTube channel, because he, in an interview, put out that number. Now, he also said in that interview, Avatar 2 is going to run about 3 months. He's going to know what the film's going to do business-wise, and then he'll know the future of the franchise that way. They've already shot Avatar 3, which means it can probably come out soon, but it'll be as soon as James Cameron says, because he's obviously in control of all this. He does want to do Avatar 5, 6, 7. He wants to do several of these movies as long as the economics call for it, and I'm sure he's got some great lucrative deals already set up with Disney to be able to do that. I would assume he would want one of these out every 2 years or so, but we'll see. He's got his own plan, and he's going to go by it. They also re-released Avatar 1, which did another $75 million internationally. I'm sure he'd like to see this number hit $3 billion, so they'll probably re-release Avatar 1 every time. This was the worldwide for Avatar 1 for this recent 2022 re-release, to coincide with the release, of course, of Avatar: Way of Water. So he knows what he's doing. It's a little bit hard to second guess him. The one thing I think that mistake that I made and that I won't make again is to realize he's not Kevin Feige doing a woke thing that's going to interfere with what the value of the process or the product is. In fact, he still continues to say things that are absurd, that would turn viewers away, make people not want to support him. He was talking about how testosterone is a toxin or whatever. People don't care about that, apparently. They're going to go see the movie anyway. Bounding Into Comics has a great article here. Recently, James Cameron said he cut 10 minutes of combat footage from Avatar: The Way of Water because he did not want to fetishize the gun. Apparently, it's a very cool looking gun, and he doesn't want people enjoying the gun too much, so he just went ahead and cut 10 minutes of footage. And he could do whatever he wants because he's James Cameron. This is just a very unique situation. You really can't say you're going to compare what James Cameron's going to do to anyone else kind of ever again. And clearly, that's been the way that he's wanted it, and that's the way it's going to stay. If you go ahead and compare, this is an interesting article, Avatar 2 box office with Wakanda Forever's box office, there's no comparison. Now, Wakanda Forever did get past 800 million, which is great worldwide. This movie will break even theatrically. And when we say break even theatrically, or it's not going to break even, you have to know what break even are they talking about. And in business, not just with films, there's multiple kinds of breaking even. Gross profit, net profit, a variety of things. When we say break even theatrically, we mean you take all the money that they're getting worldwide from movie theaters, deduct the amount that you have to give to the theaters, who are obviously in it to make a profit, and they get different percentages, usually 50% domestic, US, 40% international, except they get 60% internationally. Except in China, they get 75% of the take. But just as a super rough number, you could take like 50%, 45% of the total amount worldwide. So 808 million for Wakanda Forever means they get back around just under 400 million from that. that would probably cover the cost of making the movie and promoting it, because that was approximately the budget, 250 to make it, 150 million to promote it. Some people say more. It could have, of course, been more. They didn't hand me the exact numbers, but roughly speaking, Black Panther Wakanda Forever broke even. But it wasn't an event. Black Panther 1 was an event. Another thing that James Cameron has going for him is he does the premium formats. Those are extra prices on tickets. So that's extra revenue for every ticket. It's not just the standard 2D ticket. He's got the IMAX format. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to get people, and he knows exactly how many million people are going to want to see each of the formats. He has a very strong understanding of this. I'm sure he's got good people consulting him, and he's very well aware he's going to make money on these things. But you really can't compare Black Panther Wakanda Forever with Avatar Way of Water. What Avatar Way of Water is doing internationally already, they're doing $810 million internationally. They'll do better than $1 billion international. I thought this movie would do like maybe 1.2, 1.5 billion because of the way it was tracking, because of the way, if you look at the numbers and projections that were being made by reputable sites, they were showing lower numbers because the movie opens smaller than Wakanda Forever. How does it make sense that the movie opens smaller than Wakanda Forever, but now it's completely blowing Wakanda Forever away? The answer is the different premium formats make the higher price per ticket higher. But also, it's freaking James Cameron. This movie will not drop off as drastically, apparently, as any other normal movie would, because it is such an event and people feel like they need to go see the movie. Not the same with Wakanda Forever, and certainly not the same with Black Adam. And now Black Panther Wakanda Forever has now done more than twice the 390 million that Black Adam did. Black Adam was trying to get to 390 million. They got there. Wakanda Forever was trying to break 800 million. They got there. Unfortunately, there's no $1 billion to be found for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but considering he's not even in the movie, that does sort of make some sense. They really, really didn't plan it right. See, when you would go and see a Black Panther movie, you would want people to get something out of that movie that they were expecting to get. Walk away with something. Exactly what you would think you'd get, but even something more special. If you go see Avatar The Way of Water, you know what to expect from that. You know it's going to be an event, and James Cameron's going to deliver on that. You're not expecting a great story. You're not expecting to remember the names of the characters even. However, you will get a life experience that will only be equivalent to your next Avatar movie that you're going to see. He has proprietary technology for how he does his animation. He's been heavily invested in 3D for years. He's making special events. He's not making films. But I was wrong. I thought people would see it as a film. I thought people would think, you know, okay, whatever, who cares? The story's not that interesting. It looks pretty much the same as the other movie. But no, there are millions upon millions of people, really throughout the world, going and seeing this movie. So let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Were you expecting that when the movie opened, when Avatar Way of Water opened, it doing less business than Wakanda Forever, did you still think the movie was going to do as big as it's doing now? Or did you think, like pretty much all the rest of us thought, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, you're going to do less than them? Why should you do more than them ultimately? And in the meantime, it's blowing them away. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Please also make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video.